Boruto's going viral right now for all the wrong reasons. Like, this is really bad. Like, this is terrible. This is like, yo! You're definitely gonna want to subscribe and hit that bell to get all notifications on what's going on right now. I ain't going front. In 2022, in fact, throughout its entire run, sometimes it's very problematic, and I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't feel great to be a Boruto fan with the massive amount of hate and everything, and with what's going viral right now. We gotta talk about it. Let's do it all in this episode of FORNEVERNEWS, the only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related. And we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it. I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. Like I said in the intro, being a Boruto fan, sometimes it's hard. Like, you'll have a good moment, you'll have a good year, you'll have, like, 2021, being a Boruto fan was, I'm not even gonna lie, just straight up a present. It was a treat. If you was a Boruto fan in 2021, especially of the anime you was eating, dog, you put on a few pounds because it was an absolute treat. There was just so much. It went straight into the canon of the manga. We had some really amazing moments with even the older cast of Naruto, the Baryon mode, Boroshiki's appearance. Like, it was just phenomenal from the Boro episode. Damn near everything about Boruto anime in 2021 was straight up really freaking sick and the best year the series had thus far. However, 2022, this is probably one of the worst moments we've had in quite some time, because one of the latest episodes of Boruto just made the series go viral again for all the wrong reasons. Because, oh my god, why? Because in case you don't know what's been going on right now in the Boruto anime, I know a little bit. I'm not caught up, but I know enough to know that there's some bodies that apparently have been dropping seemingly, and it is breaking hearts in the Boruto, world. I don't want to say the fandom, because keeping it a buck, some of the characters that I've heard have passed. In particular, one, I'm like, he was a high character. I liked him in an arc or two in the beginning and whatnot, but like, cool, you killed off a character, but is it anybody that I'm personally attached to, or that's really pivotal? Like, if it's outside of the confines of the anime, is this character even in the manga? No. Almost like what they pulled a few years ago with the whole Tsuchikage pretty much killing Onoki off, and I was like, what the hell, in the anime and never mentioned in the manga? But, like, similar to Onoki being dead, yeah, they killed off another character, and I believe the character's name is Kagura, and it's one of the people from the Bloody Mist Village, if I'm not mistaken, because it's been a bit. But pretty much in one of the latest episodes, there was some bodies dropping, and Boruto started crying. And yo, nothing wrong with that, of course. If somebody passes away, you're gonna cry. That's just what it is. But fam, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who was working on Studio Pierrot, and we're gonna get into it because I even got some details that most people may not know about this situation in particular. Like, I got the scoop seemingly on what's going on, but essentially the animation and the clip itself went viral because it was absolutely horrendous. It was Boruto's face. It looked like almost a meme. It looked like, that troll meme where you take somebody's face and you make it like real little within the size of their head or something like that. Like, that's pretty much what it kind of looked like, except it was actual, commission, paid for and everything, animation, a part of a giant production like the Boruto Naruto Next Generation anime that is on TV Tokyo, produced by Studio Pierrot under the Shueisha umbrella, connected to Shonen Jump. Like, there's a lot behind this, so I'm not even gonna front. I'm gonna be straight up with you. No, there's no excuse why Boruto should be looking like that, the anime, unless there's some problems with the animator's health, that is. Then there's an issue, because a lot of fans was basically like cursing and scrutinizing and basically bashing, roasting, whatever verbiage you want to use, whatever synonym goes along with your mood. Ultimately, the Boruto anime has just been getting crucified because of that episode and because of that scene, because it was such a huge moment and a lot of fans were looking forward to it. And I think, to be honest with you, kind of One Piece ruined Boruto's hype at that particular point, and I'm gonna explain that in a second. But ultimately, we waiting too long, and you deliver that. Like, fans are waiting for something great, and it's supposed to be a great moment, and instead they get a meme. They get a literal meme for the sad, emotional part of the ending of seemingly an arc. And the reason why I say One Piece might have destroyed everything was because that was the return of the One Piece anime, and that was where Previewed and the community hype in general was saying, yo, that day that One Piece anime is going to be like just straight up a god tier movie episode. And it was one of the greatest episodes the series has had thus far. But I say all that to say that it kind of stole away the thunder from Boruto, and I think they knew that. I think they knew that, yo, One Piece anime is coming back. This is going to be their biggest episode yet. This is going to get a lot of hype. Probably let's save on the talented, staff and the number of people that's working on this episode. Let's dial it back a little bit, because even though this is supposed to be the climax, do we really want to compete with a One Piece Wano rooftop arc right now? Like, do we want to try and go see who's going to trend? It's not going to be us. So that's anyway, at the very least, one of the things that I would attribute to it. But also, one of the most important things is what happened to the person that actually drew that scene of Boruto crying that looked horrible. And I'm going to throw this in as unconfirmed. However, some people have shot this over to me in terms of what's going on with that animator that did that and why it came out looking just horrible. Because according to this post, somebody had said, did you know behind the Boruto episode 246 with the Boruto crying face that went viral, there is an animator who's still in recovery progress after getting infected by C19, and he also suffered an overworked left arm injury and is now taking a break to take care of his health. Despite he suffered from all that, he still dedicated himself to animate a weekly anime, and I'm gonna be honest with you, dog, you should have healed up all the way before you got back. I commend you, but ultimately, everybody ain't a Boruto fan like ForneverWorld that's gonna be like, yo, dog, I put your health over this stuff right now, like, it's all good. I ain't gonna lie, it does look like a terrible shot. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that, but ultimately, I would have preferred for him to just heal up and then come back or something like that. Again, I appreciate his efforts. I'm glad that he's keeping it going. Probably, who knows, if you take him out of the equation, maybe they need him. Maybe the fact that he's injured, the reason why he's still going is because he knows, without me, Studio Pierrot probably can't get these things done. So he's like, I'm gonna keep on going. And unfortunately, it ended up in massive disaster of a viral moment, once again making Boruto look less than, right? Because that's been pretty much the whole theme of Boruto in terms of, from the fandom side of things, the perspective, the narrative that's been written is that Boruto is less than. It's less than Naruto. It's less than the new shonens because it had a boost and still didn't reach the levels of popularity that like a Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen did, despite having Naruto, pushing it immensely with that name behind it. Yeah, Boruto has had a tough time, and honestly, sometimes it feels like a tall order to be a Boruto fan because you know you're going to, at the very least, get a little bit of criticism, heckling, and people looking at you and saying, ha ha ha, you like something that I don't, therefore somehow, some way that makes you less than me. Yeah, I just had to throw that in there and make those idiots look like they are idiots. Like, enjoy your anime, whatever series. Unless you're on some like Boku no Pico stuff, then dog, move out the way because we got more Naruto related stuff. We talked a little bit about this terrible moment with Boruto, but let's talk about a little bit more of the positivity of this franchise because, of course, y'all know it comes off the back of Naruto, right? And Masashi Kishimoto, and there's been a little bit of controversy over here on this side of things too, in terms of in the Naruto fandom. A lot of fans are kind of looking a little side-eye at Kishimoto after everything that transpired. I'll explain. In case you missed the last episode of Forever News, go watch that, go subscribe, go hit that bell. Forever News, the best anime and manga related podcast on streaming platforms everywhere. Yeah, you want to do that. But in case you haven't heard, there's been a big announcement that Naruto is doing a collaboration crossover with Jordan, in particular with Zion Williamson involved, and it looked like it was going to be like an original Jordan. Some sneakerheads was telling me that, hey, it's not going to be the best because aside from the designs that don't look great per se for the sneakers, but also apparently when Jordan does their own thing outside of like the Nike brand or something, even though I thought Jordan and Nike was synonymous, apparently the sneakers never really come out that great, and because this is a player exclusive, I believe these are like the Naruto Zion William collab sneaker. Again, some fans are like, ooh, they don't know if it's going to be a good one or not. But I say all that to say that the reason why fans are mad is that Masashi Kishimoto was involved in all of this somehow, and not just that he gave the okay for, the sneaker collaboration between Naruto and the Jordan brand, but it was a little bit more because apparently Kishimoto came back to draw Naruto again. He actually, well, not Naruto per se, but kinda. Because pretty much within this whole collaboration, they had tasked, I'd imagine, I don't know, does Kishimoto watch basketball? You think Kishimoto knows who Zion Williamson is? Like, yo, dog, if he does, shout out to him because that's some GOAT stuff. But ultimately, they tasked Masashi Kishimoto to do a fan art of Zion Williamson, and it looked fire, and fans was like, yo, dog, so let us get this straight, because on paper, to this day, a lot of people still believe that Masashi Kishimoto might not actually be a part of Boruto. On top of that, ever since he returned, he never drew anything, like, right? His role only was supposedly, through the whispers of the air, rumored to be that he came back to write it full-time. He's not drawing it, and people are like, wait a minute, so all these years, from 2016 on, you refuse to draw Boruto, but you'll draw a basketball player. And I'm looking at them like, dog, are you stupid? Are you an idiot? Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, yeah, there's a very, very exactly synonymous feeling to drawing one picture of a famous basketball player, one of the biggest basketball players right now, and doing a weekly or monthly serialization, 40-something pages a month, every month, for a series that people already had disdain upon arrival. Like, yeah, that's exactly the same thing. Masashi Kishimoto, how dare dare you? Like, shut up. And I don't care if anyone gets mad. No, like, of course, ideally, I would have loved for Boruto to have just been Masashi Kishimoto off rip, straight up. Didn't happen. Ultimately, Kodachi was doing his thing. Ikemoto's been trying his best. And Masashi Kishimoto, he got an opportunity to collab with Jordan, and he drew a picture. Which, by the way, just looking at it from the post that Zion Williamson posted, he said, "Honored to share a one-of-a-kind drawing by Masashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto. My interest in anime began at a young age and still inspires me today. Naruto's motto was always to believe in yourself and everything will work out. Hashtag believe it." And the art on this one was Zion holding the basketball. Woo! Shout outs to Masashi. You know, that right there, that's so freaking legendary. That's, you can't put a price on that. Like, you can't put a price on that Zion. I mean, I guess you can after the fact or whatever, but like, you can't put a price on that. That's freaking incredible, amazing. Shout outs to Zion Williamson. Dude, that's just freaking incredible. Like, holy cow, I'm so happy for you. Like, I get it, you're a famous basketball player, probably rich beyond my wildest dreams or anything like that, but this right here to me is like one of the biggest treasures. Like, there's many different ways to make money. You know what I'm saying? Go get a job, career, whatever the case may be. There's a bajillion ways to go make money. There's only one man that can truly draw Naruto-inspired art. That's Kishimoto. Like, everybody else is cool, but you got Kishimoto, dog, and that's just absolutely fire. And yeah, shout out to Zion Williamson for having just this rare treat. I'm kind of a little jelly, I'm not gonna lie. I wish it was me. Maybe one day, dog. Maybe one day. Kishimoto. I will interview Kishimoto one day. That's definitely gonna happen. Like, no questions asked. It's happening. It's happening. So Kishimoto, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it one day. And while we're on the topic of authors, let's jump into the weekly Shonen Jump author comments, see what's good over here. For starters, we got Eiichiro Oda, creator of One Piece. He said, "Drawing a ton of Fujio Sensei's characters is what made me strive to become a mangaka. Rest in peace from the bottom of my heart." And I could tell that was, I don't know, as I'm reading it, I'm feeling his emotion as he's saying, because, you know, Eiichiro is a very busy person. So if he was drawing a ton of Fujiko, one of the creators of Doraemon, passed away recently. And yeah, of course, Eiichiro Oda is going to be inspired. Doraemon is one of the biggest things over there in Japan to this day. It's huge. It's a kids programming. So shout outs to Oda. I'd imagine that probably a tough one to lose, like throughout all these years, losing peers, losing, you know, his co-workers, so to speak. A sad thing. Then let's jump over to Hideo Shinkai, author of Earthchild, a new series in the magazine. "I like video game playthroughs, but I don't want to watch it if it's a game I want to play. Tough decision." I agree. Like, I don't mind watching somebody play video games. I used to love watching people play, like, the Devil May Cry series especially. I could watch people play that game forever. But if I'm really interested in the story, which it kind of got a little tricky with Devil May Cry 3, yeah, I kind of want to play it myself. Then we got Gege Akutami, author of Jujutsu Kaisen. "Lately, I keep wanting to watch shark movies. Looking forward to the sequel of The Meg." Is he talking about, like, Meg the Stallion? No, there's a movie called The... Dog is waiting for that trial just like the rest of us. Then we got Yuki Tabata, author of Black Clover. "My assistant Kasaya-kun will have a one-shot in the next Jump Giga. Check it out and see everyone again soon." And I believe he meant to, like, say, hey, I'm going to see, or I can't wait to see everyone again soon. Shout outs to Tabata. And that will be the last Yuki Tabata comment from Black Clover for 3 months. In case you don't remember, in case you don't know, you've been under a rock. Black Clover is going on a 3-month break up until, I guess that will leave us into like somewhere in July, I'd imagine. It will return in July for the final arc. And yeah, so Tabata won't be in the magazine for a bit, just a heads up. Then we got Yuji Kaku, Ayashimon. I honestly want to say, before we jump any further into this one, I think Ayashimon actually turned out to be safe. I think because they had to get rid of a long one that's been in the magazine already a couple of years, because Ayakashi Triangle recently had that big scandal and they had to push it to Jump Plus and all of that jazz, I think that probably Ayashimon managed to be safe because of that. I think the sales of the volumes, which weren't that bad, combined with the reputation that fans have actually said they really like it, combined with Ayakashi Triangle getting ripped out of the magazine, I think Ayashimon is actually going to last now. I think Dororan and the other series by the author of Koizuru One Piece, they're probably gone. They're probably going to get canceled hands down. But Yuji Kaku, even the placement now, like, he went from being put in the TOC at the very end, dead last, to now they're putting him in the first row. I do this every single week. I know what I'm talking about. At the very least, they put a little bit more importance in it. And I've also heard from people, because I'm a little bit behind, that the manga has actually slowed down significantly, as if they kind of got the word, like, don't worry, you're safe. You'll last another year at the very least. Go write your story. But anyway, I said all that to say, without saying Yuji Kaku's comment, "I delete all my comment ideas. Think over things for another hour and then write the exact same thing. Oh my god! I thought I was the only one that does that, dog. I swear. I can definitely relate, Yuji Kaku. Shoutouts to you, guy. Then we got Kohei Horikoshi, author of My Hero Academia. I've been struggling with ending this series. I mean... I'm just playing. That was a joke. My Hero fans, don't take my head, please. Por favor. He said, I've been struggling with my ears discharging fluid. Yikes. And now I'm hit with allergies. My entire head is a total mess. Yo, go ahead. I ain't gonna lie, though. Go to the hospital. I remember one time I had the worst earache of my life. I was watching the Titanic. I was laying in bed watching Titanic, and then all of a sudden I just heard pow in my ear. My ear like blew up. It felt like my eardrum, and I'm in the hospital, and they're putting drops in my ear, and then the pain went away, because I ain't gonna lie, I felt like I was going nuts. So go ahead. You ain't gonna draw manga with an earache. I put $1 billion, and if you do, you're gonna destroy yourself. Go get that looked at. Simple doctor's appointment, do it virtual. Because, like, that would really be devastating if, like, Kohei gets put out for months in the final arc of My Hero when all this is going on. Assuming that, again, it's the final arc of My Hero and not the final arc of the academia portion, because that's still a possibility. You never know. Like, just think about it, right? They usher in a new generation of manga. Black Clover ends with its final arc. My Hero Academia ends the My Hero Academia portion. Boom, White Clover and My Hero Society in V-Jump. Everybody's going to run a V-Jump, and then they could bring up some newbies like Ayashimon and them and Shonen Jump, and boom, everybody wins. Black Clover and My Hero fans get more of their series, and you get to continue with New Blood and Jump, and it sounds like a win to me, assuming those two authors want to continue working and doing this stuff. Meanwhile, Yuto Suzuki's Sakamoto Days author said, I've been listening to Suberanai Hanashi. I love Koyabu-san's Aubergine story. Then we got Hajime Komodo's Marshall. That was some great boxing. The interviews were exciting too. Glad I watched it. Did he watch some episodes of like Hajime no Ippo? Imagine he's talking that and he's really just saying like, yo dog, I watched like a Takamura fight or some shit. Like relax. And I'm not gonna read their comments. I keep it a buck with you. But we got Genosuke, Dororan, and Daiki Ihara, Protect Me Shugumaru. Both of them dead last. They're ending. And it's kind of weird Marshall's, but that's just probably like, hey, read to the back of the magazine, man. Marshall's in there. Like, I have no doubt Marshall's safe. Like, it's way too deep in, and I think it's gonna be a pillar of Jump. Those two, though, I'll send positive vibes, but it's not looking muy bueno, mate. And it's not looking muy bueno for another author as well, because in case you don't know, the author of World Trigger, I don't know why I decided to say it like that, but the author of World Trigger has been notoriously battling health issues forever. I ain't gonna lie. Feels like this author has been battling these health issues forever. I'll never forget. It was probably about maybe 8 years ago now that he had broke his wrist, I believe. It was shortly after the reveal of the World Trigger anime. Either before or right after. Somewhere around there. But ultimately, he had broke his wrist. And since then, it's like every other month he's sick. Every other month the manga goes on hiatus. Every other month there's a problem with this author. And it pains me to hear that. It pains me to hear that his dream is to draw World Trigger. Clearly, he keeps on coming back. And his health isn't allowing him. That sucks. And I feel so freaking bad for this author because, yeah, in case you don't know, World Trigger, another hiatus, people. World Trigger will be absent from Jump Square issue number 6 due to the author's physical condition. Series will resume in issue number 7, released in June 2022. So you won't get another chapter World Trigger till June. So it seems like it's maybe missing a month or so, but it's a month or so added on to all of the other times that this author's health has gone to shitsville and probably hasn't recovered and probably can't even recover, because how long probably it would take for whatever's wrong with this guy to heal up or to, manage. Meanwhile, the longer he takes from writing his manga, the more irrelevant it becomes, the less, traction it becomes. I'm sure Toei is breathing down this dude's neck like, yo, we get your health issues and all that jazz, but like, World Trigger is a very big anime for us. Can you write more? We want more. Come on, man, write more. And meanwhile, the dude is probably like sick as hell. Like, look at Yoshihiro Togashi. This is why Togashi probably doesn't have respect enough for Jump. It's not about the fans. I'm sure it's about Jump, Shueisha, and anybody that he's maybe rubbed elbows with in the past, that Togashi looks at it like, yo, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to take another break and another one and another one and another one. And another one, and another one, and another one. Yes, Togashi's gonna keep on laying down playing Dragon Quest because you're not about to kill him to draw manga. No. And if that author right there from World Trigger decided to go that route as well, I support that. Don't kill yourself to draw World Trigger. It's not worth it. No. Like, I get it. That's your ambition. I get it. But we look at tragedies like Kentaro Miura, the author of one of the greatest stories ever told, Berserk. Look what happened to him. We don't want that. Go, take the year off. End World Trigger if you need to. I know fans are looking at me right now like, oh, don't say that. No, end it if you need to. If you can't do it no more, end it, start something else, period. I'm always about the authors, their health, their physical health, mental health, all of that jazz. And this is enough. Enough with World Trigger's author falling apart every few months. Let the man just end it. Or if he doesn't want to end it, maybe you should take the decision out of his hands and give him at the very least like, yo, dog, we'll give you 1 year. 1 year, 2 years maybe even, but 1 year, go rest up, go if you need surgery for your wrist, whatever the problem is, rest up, come back. If you continue to get sick, then yeah, we're gonna have to cancel it. Like, that's just genuinely, to care about him, sometimes you gotta take it out of their hands, because creators will keep creating. If it was left up to me, do you understand that you guys will probably never get content, because I would just sit there, like for example with a thumbnail, I will sit there for like 6 hours sometimes, just little by little crafting, doing whatever, 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever it is, I will put that time in. Creatives don't know when to stop sometimes, and this is probably one of them. Take it out of his hands, and I'm sorry to say that, but I don't want him to die over World Trigger, or any manga for that matter. I gotta be clear before somebody says, so you will let him die over One Piece? No. But let's wrap that bad boy up, because we just mentioned One Piece, and I could have done a better segue, a better transition than that, but I don't want to do that when it's like serious situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know, an author is sick and stuff like that, but One Piece got something going on right now. Let's talk. Because in case you don't know, One Piece continues to scale and expand with this new attraction that they got going on with One Piece that, boy, I would love to experience. I would love to. Hey, the West loves anime too. I would love a Shonen Jump amusement park. I wouldn't care if it was in freaking Maine, anywhere, Alaska. I don't know if I'd go to Alaska. I'm gonna keep it a bug with you. Cali, New Jersey, wherever, Ohio. People are probably like, yo, Fornev, you shitted on Maine, but you saying you go to Ohio. Like, what's that about? Well, you see, One Piece gets its first roller coaster attraction at Universal Studios Japan this summer. Universal Studios Japan has revealed details of One Piece Premiere Summer 2022, a limited time event inspired by Eiichiro Oda's internationally popular manga series. It will be held from July 1st to October 2nd, 2022, in the anniversary year of the 25th anniversary of the manga serialization and the 15th anniversary of the One Piece premiere show. Featuring original stories linked to the anime's franchise's latest feature film, One Piece Film Red, the event will include the live entertainment show, One Piece Premiere Show 2022, Sanji's Pirate Restaurant, and the first roller coaster in the history of the franchise, One Piece X Hollywood Dream the Ride Departure, Mini Mary 2. As a prequel to One Piece Film Red, One Piece Premiere Show 2022 will tell the story of Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates, newly joined by Jinbei. Oh, so this is gonna take place like Wano SW, probably Wano S things. Well, no, because Jinbei was rocking. I don't know. As they meet boys aspiring to become naval commanders and battle the powerful enemies that stand in their way. At Sanji's Pirate Restaurant, Sanji the cook of the Straw Hat. By the way, that picture of Shanks putting on the hat, I love seeing it. But Sanji the cook of the Straw Hat Pirates will escort you from welcoming you to seeing you off, in addition to serving sumptuous French cuisine. After enjoying the live show and meal, guests will enjoy a photo opportunity. One Piece X Hollywood Dream the Ride Departure Mini Mary 2 is One Piece's first roller coaster, which is collaborated with the park's popular ride attraction, Hollywood Dream the Ride. It is a thrilling ride featuring the voices of the Straw Hat Pirate members, as well as sound effects and background music. The audience board Mini Mary 2 with Luffy and his friends and set off on a super thrilling adventure through huge, rough seas and unexpected troubles as the ship moves through the ocean. And that sounds so freaking fire too. Oh my god, why do they put all of the coolest and fun stuff to my interest over there? Anybody else feel that? Like, when, especially when you're watching FORNEVERNEWS, you don't feel like, yo, dog, Fornev, you telling me these things, oh my god, I wish I could go, I can't, no! Trust me, dog, I'm reading this and feeling that exact same vibe with you. Like, we're right here, we understand one another, I get it. Unlike some other companies that don't get it. Transition came back, baby, because Toei Animation, hey, dog, it's every week there's something new with Toei, but it seems like they're really trying to clean up their image, because we just spoke about in a previous episode of FORNEVERNEWS that, hey, they're doing a couple of different things, they're making changes. There was a lawsuit and I believe an alleged harassment suit that came towards them for certain employees, a part of Toei and whatnot, and well, now they're taking even more initiatives because they put out a press release saying we're gonna do better, and this is a part of that. This is basically basically like Toei's apology tour in a way, because a lot of things are coming back to them. Like, again, it all started with, I feel, well, I don't want to say it all started, but definitely something that really brought it to the forefront was, of course, the Totally Not Mark situation. And then it just kept on snowballing. We had the hack, we had the delays for the films, we just got a lot of bad things going on. And yeah, then that harassment suit. And then now they're coming up with this, where apparently they're creating some sort of training program. Basically, they're trying to clean their image. Bottom line, that's all it is. There's nothing else. They're trying to clean their image, because right now Toei Animation, that some people may regard like the Disney of Japan, although I don't know if I'd say Disney, maybe like their popularity is Disney-ish, but I always say Ghibli is the Disney of Japan. But either way, yeah, let's read this bad boy. Toei Animation establishes animator training program. Toei Animation announced on Wednesday that it is establishing Toei Animation Sakuga Academy. Oh my god, they're training Sakuga. That's really, really awesome. In case you don't know about Sakuga, you know when the animation looks really, really fluid, like on 10? That's what Sakuga usually is. Like, one dude does the whole entire thing. Sometimes it's just really dope animation. Oftentimes Sakuga is like when one person does a giant section by themselves, and oftentimes, because it's one person and usually they gotta be talented to pull this off, yeah, they make really freaking beautiful stuff with Sakuga. My only problem, I've always said, for me personally with Sakuga, is that it'll sacrifice detail for fluidity. That's always been my thing with Sakuga, because they'll simplify things because it's one person and it takes a long time to put all this detail. They'll simplify it to make things move. Toei Animation, an animator training program in April 2023. It is a 1-year, short-term, intensive, and practical animator training program in which experienced animators guide up-and-coming trainees. Following the training and an examination, successful students will be hired as contract workers for Toei Animation, and recruitment is currently open. A person that did One Piece, Dragon Ball Resurrection F, Sailor Moon Crystal, and Digimon Tamers, Atsutoshi Umezawa, is the program director. Lecturers are from Toei Animation and Studio Live, and they include Takeo Ide, who did Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Dragon Ball Super, Hiroshi Kojina, who did Hunter x Hunter 2011, City Hunter 91, and again, there's just a lot of talent, and the program consists of 3 months of video training, followed by a 9-month animation or digital video course, depending on the aspirations of each student. The program will accept about 10 participants. Toei Animation will handle the tuition costs and will also offer about $1.17 per month. What? I think this is a typo, because I believe 150,000 yen should be about maybe $1,300 to $1,600 a month, I want to say. In previous years, Toei has trained animators in-house by hiring new graduates, so this is their new tactic, and yeah, probably they're cleaning house. Who knows if they fired a whole bunch of people? Like, maybe this whole hack thing was BS. Let me explain to you something. Because if they just had all these harassment lawsuits coming out, do you think that they want that out there? Like, wouldn't it be a little bit better for the big news flash to be Toei Animation hacked, opposed to Toei Animation has allegedly a bunch of dudes groping chicks? Because if I'd rather have the hack on my business so I don't lose investors and whatnot. And then on top of that, because the little allegations, quote unquote, according to basically like how Toei is probably looking at it, like, these allegations, okay, we're gonna remove these people, we're gonna create training programs. Like, in all honesty, we never are gonna know if this really actually even happened. We don't know if this training program is gonna happen. We don't know if this is just to satisfy investors and, you know, potential people that are gonna throw money their way. Like, we never really gonna know, because it is coinky dinky, we got hacked, lad. And then, oh, by the way, some woman is saying some really crazy, serious stuff. And when I say crazy, I'm not saying it in terms of like the validity of it. I'm just saying like this is, you know, big things that she said. So I guess we got to play it by ear. I mean, every freaking week Toei got something to say about how they're going to try and change their ways. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, Toei Animation continuing the PR nightmare cleanup that is starting from messing with content creators. Anyone else remember Tokyo Revengers? Because it kind of just got really quiet all of a sudden for Tokyo Revengers. It was kind of crazy that last year, and even to a certain point up until like maybe a month or two ago, Tokyo Revengers was inescapable. Like, everywhere, anytime I talked on Forever News about like something, Tokyo Revengers was somewhere. Like, whether it be the top 50 best-selling manga, it filled up the charts, there was new info, it was just insane. And then like the last couple of months, it's been quiet up until now, although it was still kind of quiet with this announcement. Because it was a few days ago now that a trailer for Tokyo Revengers' upcoming Christmas anime arc that they announced, I want to say quite a few months back, it was probably at the end of the run of the last season of Tokyo Revengers, Revengers, they came out with a new trailer, and yet I didn't even know about it for days until after the fact. I'm like, wait a minute, there's a new trailer for Tokyo. What? And for the most part, I believe this teaser was really just like showcasing clips from like season 1. I don't believe there was anything like major in there, although it ended off just saying, again, Christmas Showdown arc is in production. But it is very strange that the talk for Tokyo Revengers dropped a lot over the last couple of months. And I'll be honest with you, I think that word of mouth really put in a lot of work to dampen Tokyo Revengers. And what I mean by that is, in case you don't know, a lot of people been hating on the manga. A lot of people have been for months now saying that the manga fell off. It's terrible. I even heard some things that I was like, Tokyo Revengers? And honestly, I think that all of that conversation really killed a lot of the hype for Tokyo Revengers. I'm just not seeing people really talking about it, especially a trailer, even though for the most part it was a lot of reused clips and whatnot. Still hyping up Tokyo Revengers. It's like there's not much talk, there's not much posts, not enough blogs posting about it or nothing. It's like very, very odd. But I promise you, I put it on everything. I put it on my soul. That is not as odd as this story I'm about to tell you guys right now, because you're gonna say, yo, Fornev, this can't be real, dog. Nah, you playing with me. It's FORNEVERNEWS, okay? We keep it a buck. We tell you what it is, whether it's the most popular story, a small story. We got some funny, crazy, insane stuff all across the board, and this one is gonna blow your mind right here, because apparently a 38-year-old man, get ready, and I believe this was in Japan, if I'm not mistaken, because yeah, Hatsune Miku is from Japan. That's a, Vocaloid. That's a Japanese performing artist, a, virtual one. This 38-year-old man married a 16-year-old hologram bride 4 years ago. Already, like, what? Yes, this man, almost 40 years old, at 34, married a hologram. He married a hologram. Oh, shit, dog. This world, what? The simulation is broken, lads. Yo no puedo creer que me está haciendo. But yeah, it gets a little bit weirder than that, because again, 4 years ago, he married the 16-year-old hologram of Hatsune Miku. And apparently now he says he is unable to communicate with his wife. What? You can't communicate. What? Dog, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't care. This is, I don't want to say pathetic, because pathetic would be like he's not bothering nobody. Just realistically, like, he's with his weird shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he's not bothering. It's sad, and I am gonna lie. It makes JoJo's Bizarre Adventure just looks like JoJo's Adventure, because the bizarre part is nothing. It pales in comparison to this. Let's read a little bit more details of this weirdo. And apparently a man who married a hologram bride says he's now unable to communicate with his wife. Akihiko Kondo, 38, was dating Hatsune Miku, depicted in pop culture as a 16-year-old with turquoise hair, for a decade. For a decade before they had an unofficial wedding ceremony in 2018. Kondo, one of many who identifies as Fictos... Wow, what? Fictosu? Or someone who is... Oh my god, yo, I can't even say some of what's on this screen right now. There's... Basically, he's into fictional characters, to very sum it up in a very nice, as nice as I can. And he spent 2 million yen, or about $17,300 on the nuptials. Basically, he threw a wedding ceremony for him and a hologram and spent almost 20 bands on this wedding ceremony, but his family didn't even attend. Yo, I swear to God, this is the funniest story we've ever done on FORNEVERNEWS, period, hands down. Now married for 4 years, Kondo, 38, said his relationship has hit a roadblock. He can no longer speak with Miku due to a technological hurdle, according to the Japanese newspaper Mainichi. While Kondo acknowledges his relationship might be odd, he understands Miku isn't a real person. It doesn't change his feelings for her. What feelings? What? Like, dog, imagine I just started telling you, like, yo, I'm getting married to these headphones, fam. Like, yo, we're doing a wedding right here on FORNEVERNEWS. I'm marrying these headphones, and I don't understand. It's not communicating properly with me. Like, since falling in love with her in 2008, Kondo was finally able to interact with Miku for the first time in 2017, thanks to a gate box, a $1,300 machine that allowed device owners to interact with characters via holograms and even unofficially marry them. But now, his 4-year marriage took a turn for the worst when support for Gatebox software was eliminated, meaning that Kondo could no longer speak with his wife Miku, according to News Hub. Yo, what are your thoughts? I gotta know your thoughts. I don't care how down bad in this world I ever get. for me to stoop to trying to marry a hologram and then complaining that I can't speak with the hologram after the fact, dog, cancel FORNEVERNEWS. After that point, you just cancel this show and throw it all together and put me in the... I don't even want to spend any more time on this story. Like, it's that bad, bro. It's that bad. Okay, people, so this next story, sad stuff, very unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie, when I heard about it, I was kind of devastated to hear, because I believe I actually met this voice actor a few years back at Anime Expo, if I'm not mistaken. But apparently the voice actor for Naofumi in The Rise of the Shield Hero, as well as Josuke from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on the English dub side of things, recently announced that he is diagnosed with cancer, and it's a very serious situation. You know what? Let's just read, because I honestly don't really know what to say. This is just really serious. Voice actor Billy Kometz shares stage 4 colon cancer diagnosis. Voice actor Billy Kometz, Naofumi in The Rising of the Shield Hero, Josuke in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable, shared a video on his YouTube channel today to provide a health update. According to his announcement, he was recently diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer and is undergoing treatment while taking a break from his work. Kometz explains how it started in the video below. About 10 weeks ago, he had a pain in one of his shoulder blades that spread elsewhere. After eventually heading to the emergency room and getting a CAT scan, the actor revealed a formal diagnosis and started treatment. According to his video, chemotherapy and radiation therapy treatments are going well, and he'll continue fighting as he returns to Pennsylvania to be with his family. Kometz emphasizes the importance of his fans supporting anyone who may replace him in one of his roles moving forward. He wants everyone to cheer them on, and is grateful that they're continuing his work while he focuses on treatment, because in case you don't know, The Rising of the Shield Hero just returned for season 2, and I'd imagine that they were probably working on the dub of that, so probably they might have to recast Naofumi. I believe I actually watched Shield Hero, I want to say in dub. I might have watched it in dub, so I'm also familiar with him. Likewise, I've seen a good chunk of Diamond is Unbreakable in dub as well, and I remember meeting Billy Kometz at I want to say it was Anime Expo when JoJo's was going on, and I want to say that I remember they were telling like all the actors to come out and pose and stuff like that, and I remember his pose wasn't all that great. It wasn't like very JoJo-esque, and a lot of people came out and was kind of laughing and stuff like that, but he was a cool dude, you know. He took it on the chin because he didn't know the poses like that. But yeah, I'm sending him positive wishes. You can beat this, you can do this. Positive vibes, sending a lot of prayers and best wishes to you, Billy Kometz, and your family, and I really hope you get better, and I'm wishing you a speedy recovery, and I'm really hoping that you can, overcome this, and just sending a lot of love and positivity. Okay, people, it's been a minute since we've talked about Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Where is it at? What's going on here? Is it number 88 of all time? Like, what's going on? Because y'all know we was getting those incremental updates on Jujutsu Kaisen 0's performance as the movie was released over there in Japan and then over here in North America. Well, we got another big update that Jujutsu Kaisen 0 has yet again done some stuff, even though it's kind of crazy because it's like, wait a minute, that movie just came out, but it feels like it's been in theaters forever. But according to this, it says Jujutsu Kaisen 0 parades past Princess Mononoke to become the 9th highest grossing anime film ever. We noted in our last box office post for Jujutsu Kaisen 0, after being in Japanese theaters since December and only getting a limited run on screens around the world, was finally slowing down its box office revenue, but that hasn't stopped the MAPPA produced Sung Hoo Park directed prequel anime film from climbing the all-time charts in both its home country of Japan and around the world. In Japan, Jujutsu Kaisen has reached 13.5 billion yen, about 120 or 119 million dollars at the box office, where it joined Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Armageddon, and E.T. in the 15th spot. That's crazy, yo. You tied up with E.T. and Armageddon for the 15th spot on the Japanese highest grossing films in the region of all time, and with a little more juice left in the Cursed Energy Milkshake, the film is likely to surpass its ranked buddies and drop them down to 16th place, though may be unlikely to overtake Tom Cruise's 2003 film The Last Samurai in 14th place because of moderate box office income still coming in from Japan and other countries around the world where the film is still being played. Jujutsu Kaisen 0 has now brought in over $170 million worldwide in box office. This has left Jujutsu Kaisen to overtake Hayao Miyazaki's Princess Mononoke anime film to become the 9th highest grossing anime film of all time around the world. And yeah, I don't see it passing Pokemon the first movie for the 8th spot at all, because it says like that's next, and yeah, that's not happening. But that's crazy that that it's still making moves. That's crazy that we're at 170. I'd say they probably are going to push it to try and hit that 200 million. I'd say that maybe it'll hit the 200 million, and that's probably where it really is going to bow out. It'll be a shame if it doesn't, because it's 170, 30 million away. You got the whole entire world. Still a few more weeks. I think we could get maybe the 30 million when it's all said and done. But either way, 170 million. Number 9. Probably ain't passing Pokemon the first movie, just keeping it a buck. But passing Princess Mononoke. Gege Akutami, dog. Jujutsu Kaisen. It's crazy. Even though the film, a lot of people walked away saying it felt like almost a starter pack to Shonen, which pretty much it was based off of the beginning of a new shonen at the time. So there's that. But I don't know. I freaking love the film, and Jujutsu Kaisen continues. Even when people are doubting it, even when people are calling it names, I'm hearing people saying it's mid and stuff like that. Even when all of that is transpiring, Jujutsu Kaisen is still dominating, still showing who's the new king, baby. Meanwhile, just a little tiny bit that I want to throw in here for you guys. Apparently, Blue Exorcist by Kazue Kato is on the upcoming cover of Jump Square, issue number 6, 2022. And I swear, this is one of the really most awesome covers I've seen Blue Exorcist pull off. It looks phenomenal. This is like wallpaper worthy. This is really dope, and I'm glad that it's back. And it's kind of crazy too. This magazine is really dope if you think about it, because it got Rurouni Kenshin on the side. I believe that's the revival there, if I'm not mistaken, the restoration series. Like, shout out to Blue Exorcist. And if I'm not mistaken, from what everyone told me, it's getting ready to wrap up. So this might be one of the magazine covers to own, because it probably will end within a year or two, I'd imagine, at most. And since we're talking about covers, here's another really awesome cover I wanted to show you guys. To be honest with you, My Hero Academia Volume 34's cover with Star and Stripe, easily one of my favorite covers of the entire series. She just looks amazing. It's not nothing like, oh, I'm being patriotic because it's the American flag and all that jazz. I really just loved Star and Stripe. I don't care, all the haters and all. Don't care. Loved her. One of my favorite characters in My Hero Academia, and she only had a tiny little, 10 chapters or something, and she was phenomenal. One of my favorite heroes, period. And while I got you on some My Hero Academia news, this one was just like, what? More bizarre stuff. My Hero Academia rolls out Robot All Might for Hero Fest 2022. Now that the symbol of hope has retired, the students at UA High School need to build the next big thing. Robot All Might! The newest visual for the upcoming My Hero Academia Ultra event Hero Fest 2022 recreates the iconic illustration from chapter 321 of the original My Hero manga, with Anime Studio Bones reinterpreting it in the anime style. Also announced were the goods for the upcoming event based on the visual, as well as the new logo. Logo looks cool. Picture of Robo All Might looks kind of cool, I guess. And yeah, I believe this is the event where they're going to premiere the season 6 first episode, so that's going to be hype expected again around that time. And Robo All Might, I feel like that's going to be a thing when like more video games come out. Like the next My Hero big video game is going to have, like, remember Mecha Naruto? They're going to have Robo All Might, I promise you. It must be like somebody within all these video game companies is like playing musical chairs, and he like jumped over from CyberConnect 2 to somewhere else, and he was like, we're going to make Robo All Might. Watch. Which leads us to the last thing I wanted to mention, that Spy Family got a drawing by Hajime Isayama. The creator of Attack on Titan did a fan art of Spy Family, Hajime Isayama, and I'm not even gonna lie, it looks really dope. Honestly, it looks on par for the most part. It looks, probably argue, maybe slightly better than the original art, because Isayama, you know, he's been around for a while, but that's kind of crazy, and also makes me wonder, I mean, you know, these authors are free to do whatever they want, but why would an author in Kodansha be drawing fan art of a Shueisha title? Imagine Hajime Isayama, after Attack on Titan, Shueisha takes him and they create like a massive hit over there and Jump or something. Like, never know. But I do know that's the end of our episode. Curious what you guys think. Most important story, favorite story, anything you gotta bring up. Also subscribe and hit that bell while I got you here. That's all I have for this one. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace, and you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVERNEWS. Have an awesome day. You what I know, so just go to find